What would happen if the sun suddenly disappeared? The sun formed more than 4.5 billion years ago when a cloud of dust and gas called a nebula collapsed under its own gravity. As it did, the cloud spun and flattened into a disk with our sun forming at its center. The disk's outskirts later accreted into our solar system, including Earth and the other planets. Our home star is a yellow dwarf, a medium-sized variety that's fairly common in our galaxy. The label yellow is misleading, though, since our sun burns a bright white. On Earth, the sun can take on warmer hues, especially at sunrise or sunset, because our planet's atmosphere scatters blue and green light the most. From our perspective, dwarf might not be the best word for our sun either. It's about 1.4 million kilometers wide. The sun is 109 times wider than Earth, and it accounts for more than 99.8% of the solar system's total mass. If it was a hollow ball, more than a million Earth could fit inside it. But the sun isn't hollow. It's filled with scorching gas and soups of electrically charged particles called plasma. The sun's surface temperature is about 5,500 Celsius degree, and it's 15.5 million Celsius at the core. Too hot, isn't it? But it's nothing when you compare it to quark soup. Quark soup or quark-gluon plasma is one of the states of matter that exist in high temperature and or high density at quantum color dynamics. It's the hottest thing we know in the whole universe, about 230 billion Celsius degree. We didn't find it in the far corner of the universe. We found it in the laboratory at CERN in the year 2000. If the sun vanished suddenly, we will escape of its orbit and go straight continuously. You will feel the sun's vanish after 8 minutes because the light travels at the speed of almost 300,000 km per second. So the last photon of light will be on Earth after 8 minutes. Without sunshine, there can be no photosynthesis. Crops would stop growing and die in 2 weeks. We will soon begin to starve. Population will decrease at high speed. But if you have enough storage of food, it won't be enough to make you stay alive, because there will be cold. Dropping of temperature wouldn't be suddenly. It will be day by day, but we feel it. After 1 year, surface of Earth will be minus 100 Celsius degree. At this degree, carbon dioxide will freeze at atmosphere. It means you will never grow plants ever again unless you produce carbon dioxide. Roommate people already moved to geothermal places. They will use it to get warm and produce energy, but it won't be enough. Since the temperature continues to drop, they will need to get closer to core of Earth. They will dig the ground and build underground cities. If they have enough technology, they can produce plants, animal, electric, and breathable air. At this time, the life in the deep oceans will continue. Because there are geothermal hot water chimneys, the core will be last 4 billion years maybe, so the life will continue around them. You may know that the light can go into sea only about 200-300 meters, so creatures can never be needed like that. The vanish of sun may never affect them. Unless they go upwards, they will feel the cold since the oceans freeze to more than 1 kilometer downwards. We should mention atmosphere too. In the 10 years, nitrogen and oxygen will be freeze and will fall as snow. It means there will be no more atmosphere. So, there will be no obstacle between Earth's surface and space surface will be scorched because of space's radiation. You see, life itself depends on the sun. We need it, and we cannot make it without it. So, let's embrace it before it goes. If it goes, we have to embrace each other because we won't be anymore. Don't worry, we know nothing will happen to the sun anytime soon.